Welcome to Scoreflow. What began in uncertainty became a season Crystal Palace supporters will remember for years. Today, we revisit Crystal Palace's 24-25 campaign and the nights that changed it. A new campaign began with a 1-2 setback at Brentford, Pinnock's own goal briefly pulling Palace level before Wissa decided it. Home comforts didn't materialise as West Ham struck twice after the break for a 2-0 win at Selhurst Park. A change of pace in the Carabao Cup brought a 4-0 home win over Norwich, Kamada opening the scoring, Mateta adding 2 and Sarr completing it. League duties resumed at Stamford Bridge with a 1-1 against Chelsea as Eze cancelled out Jackson. Mateta's double, capped by a late penalty, salvaged a 2-2 against Leicester on the return to Selhurst Park. The Cop run continued on the road as Nketiah and Eze booked a 2-1 at QPR to reach the last 16. Premier League focus brought a tight 0-0 with Manchester United at Selhurst Park. Guehi's early header was overturned by McNeil's double as Everton edged it 2-1 at Goodison. Chasing a lift at home, Palace were clipped 1-0 by Liverpool through Diogo Jota. The search for a response took them to the City ground, where Wood's finish meant a 1-0 defeat to Nottingham Forest. Mateta delivered the answer, his first half winner sealing a 1-0 over Tottenham at Selhurst. Fresh off the Tottenham win, Palace kept their composure at Villa Park, Eze and Kamada securing a 2-1 to reach the quarter-finals. Switching back to the league, a seesaw at Molineux ended 2-2 as Chalobah and Guehi struck for a point against Wolves. Home again, Crystal Palace were beaten 2-0 by Fulham through Smith Rowe and Wilson. On the trip to Villa Park, Sarr and Devaney had Palace level in a 2-2 that also featured a missed penalty against. Late drama at Selhurst as Munoz cancelled out a Guehi own goal for 1-1 with Newcastle. Mateta's second half strike decided a tidy 1-0 at Ipswich on the road. With momentum building, Palace traded punches in a 2-2 against Manchester City, Munoz and Lacroix on target at Selhurst. Down on the south coast, Sarr's brace and a Chalobah opener earned a 3-1 at Brighton despite a late own goal. The quarter-final at the Emirates slipped away 3-2 as Gabriel Jesus hit a hat-trick despite an early Mateta goal and a late Nketiah reply. Back in league play at Selhurst Park, the afternoon unravelled into a 5-1 loss to Arsenal. Sarr's early strike wiped away as Gabriel Jesus hit 2 among the visitors' 5. A low-key trip to Bournemouth steadied things with a 0-0. Home again, Palace turned it around to beat Southampton 2-1 through Chalobah and Eze. Pushing to extend the upturn, Mateta's late equaliser earned a 1-1 against Chelsea at Selhurst. FA Cup progress came via Eze's early winner in a 1-0 against Stockport County. Returning to league action, Palace claimed a controlled 2-0 at Leicester through Mateta and Guehi. Riding momentum, Palace beat West Ham at 2-0, Mateta scoring after the break and with a late penalty to reach 10 in all competitions. The run checked at Selhurst Park, Brentford edging it 2-1 despite S's late reply. In response, Palace stunned Manchester United 2-0 at Old Trafford as Mateta struck twice, the second late, to mark 10 league goals. Shifting to the FA Cup after that statement league win, Munoz and Devaney booked a 2-0 at Doncaster to reach the 5th round. League duties at Selhurst brought a tight 1-2 reverse to Everton despite Mateta's strike. Palace answered on the road as an Anderson own goal and Munoz secured a 2-0 at Fulham. Rolling on at Selhurst Park, Sarr's double led a 4-1 over Aston Villa, with Mateta and a late Nketiah adding gloss. In the FA Cup 5th round, a Tanganga own goal set the tone before Muniz and Nketiah clinched a 3-1 against Millwall. Back to the league, Sarr's late strike made it 1-0 over Ipswich and extended the scoring run to 10 straight league games. A quarter-final away day brought a controlled 3-0 at Fulham, Eze and Sarr on the scoresheet before Nketiah sealed it. Coming off that cup high, Matheus France's late equaliser earned a 1-1 at Southampton. Back at Selhurst, an early Mateta goal and a Munoz winner secured a 2-1 over Brighton. The trip to Manchester City proved harsh, a 5-2 defeat despite Eze and Richards as the league scoring streak stretched to 13 straight. Hoping to steady things at St James Park, Palace were overwhelmed 5-0, a night that included a missed penalty and an own goal. Selhurst Park offered a calmer reset, a 0-0 with Bournemouth to halt the slide. At the Emirates, Palace twice hit back as Eze and Mateta secured a resilient 2-2 with Arsenal. Under the Wembley arch, Palace swept Aston Villa aside 3-0 in the semi-final as Eze struck and Sarr added 2, sending them into the FA Cup final. After that Wembley surge, an Eze penalty made it 1-1 with Nottingham Forest at Selhurst, taking him to 10 goals in all competitions. On London soil, Eze struck twice to beat Tottenham 2-0. At Wembley, Eze's early goal carried Palace past Manchester City 1-0 to win the FA Cup, with a City missed penalty unable to spoil one of Palace's great afternoons. Fresh from Cup glory, Palace rallied from behind to beat Wolves 4-2 at Selhurst, Nketiah's brace and a late Eze completing the turnaround. On the final day at Anfield, Sarr's early strike was pegged back by Mohamed Salah as the season closed with a 1-1. Shaken early by Brentford and West Ham, Paris rebuilt through cup sparks and grit. Eze steadying at Stamford Bridge, Mateta dragging draws and delivering statement wins, and Selhurst tightening with Tottenham 1-0 before the league form surged. Clean sheets at Leicester and West Ham, a composed 2-0 at Old Trafford, then turbulence and reset. Resilience at Arsenal 2-2, and under Wembley's arch, a 3-0 semi over Aston Villa, before Eze sealed the FA Cup with a 1-0 against Manchester City. From there they played with freedom, Wolves 4-2, and at Anfield a 1-1 to sign off a season of identity, belief and silverware. Thanks for watching Scoreflow. If you enjoyed this review, like, share and subscribe.